Hey guys, Ed Wilson. Ed Wilson for president, running with the Paradise Earth Initiative System. It's an idea. Like I said, I mentioned the president thing, but to be honest with you guys, unless you're ready for an entire new system, complete, the United States is a fraud. And not only is it a fraud, it's a Freemason fraud, meaning everything's rigged here. And I'm going to just share something with you. I was just in a store locally here. It was a Tractor Supply. And they were selling some bars of soap in there. I'm just going to give you a little bit of an example of why we need price capping. We have to remove some free enterprise. We have to remove a lot of things because it's rigged, guys. And it's not rigged in your favor. It's rigged, okay? Okay, so I hear a lot of people talking about mom and pop stores. You know, you can't go back to a mom and pop store. They'll rob you blind, okay? You can't even go with these normal stores because they've ran all the mom and pop stores out so that they could rob you blind, okay? So this one soap, I think it was a Duke Cannon brand or something like that. Over in Lowe's, I can go over there right now, or Walmart, okay? So I can go to Lowe's or Walmart, any of them, and I can pick this up at about $7 to $7.99, okay? For one bar, okay? I went into Tractor Supply and they're selling them for $12.99. So you see, everything here in this country is based upon slave systems. So there's a limited amount of money out there. These guys are going out there and you have slave against slave. So in every industry, every single sector of the entire country, you're basically dealing with a bunch of slaves that are acting like they're free. They're stuck in a slave system and they're trying to make as much money as they could possibly make off of someone else, and at the same time not look like they're ripping them off, okay? Just like when you go to an insurance company, they make their money out of commission. So they're never giving you the lowest price. When you go into a store, a retail store, you're never getting the lowest price. You're never gonna have that happen. And the reason is because the United States was overthrown a long time ago. Most of you guys don't even know this stuff. You don't even know basic history. You don't know anything. And that's why they were flooding you with so many immigrants, because they wanted to actually dumb it down even more. Because the more they dumb it down, the easier it is to rip you off, okay? You guys don't realize that Constitution, at the same time, if you were to actually use it in the proper way, could actually preserve rights and give you some empowerment. But you can't, because the same guys that wrote that knew what they were doing, because they wanted to look like they were good guys. Real good guys would have told you straight up. But see, there's also other things, I've noticed about the children here and things. So what do you do now when you're trying to educate children and you know that the country has poisoned them through vaccinations, they're poisoning them through the food? I've seen this in my own family. The autisticness, the ADD, ADHD, all of this other stuff. These people can't defend themselves against this. So at some point, we've got to defend them against this. That's right. Where are you veterans at? I tell you where you're at. You're over there in the corner playing with yourselves. All right? I'm a hero. You're not a hero. They used you like a bunch of chumps. And you're going to come out here and you're going to act like, I've heard a lot of you guys sit there and go on about how all the vets are getting a bad shake, Hey, did you forget who you serve? Huh? Did you slip and bump your damn head? I think you should have slipped and bumped your damn head, or you were too stupid to even know what was going on. Remember that McNamara 100,000 thing? McNamara 100,000. I'm going to say it again, because a lot of you are so dumb you won't even pick up on it. McNamara 100,000. That's all you guys were. You were used, you were abused, and you went to other countries and did terrorist actions. Waving a flag the whole time. I'm doing it for Jesus. Jesus ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't you dare blame any of that on Jesus. All right? We know what you did, okay? And now we want you to help fix it, okay? Because the only way you get out of this, and I was going to say, you can go into your churches and your synagogues of Satan all day long, and you can act like, you're worshiping and all this crap. We know what you did, okay? So if you're not going to try to fix it, in this occupation that has attacked our children and did all of these things to dumb them down so they wouldn't even recognize. They wanted to open up another draft. Why were they opening up the draft? Huh? That draft was there for one reason. That draft was there for one reason and one reason only: population control. They actually went through the school records. They were looking at the people that were not doing the best, the people, in other words, that were the dumbest. Okay? And it's really sad to see this go on, because they were looking at these people and then they took them in to the military and used them for terrorism. And you guys are going to sit out there and act like you're free. You're going to go out there and you're going to celebrate your fake holidays. You're going to, and it's all fake, guys. It's all fake. Christmas, all of it. It's all bullshit. Just to get your money, because they've dumbed you down to a point to where they knew they could. Okay? Because they incrementally did this. So that, in other words, you guys fell for it all. Do something for the kids, guys. They used you, they abused you, and you're just letting it happen. You're just going to sit there. You're going to go out every day, pay your insurances, go out working your ass off, buying a house that you're never going to own, that the county's going to ride by. The county's going to ride by. They have a right of view law, meaning if you own your land, they can walk onto your shit, they can take pictures, they can violate you, they can do anything that they want to do, okay? You're not free. Don't you bring your dumb shit to me, okay? I just rode past 2 or 3 people holding signs, needing money. Are you going to blame them that they were attacked by their own country? Are you going to blame them that they were vaxxed up by their parents that were too dumb to know what was going on, because they were brainwashed into thinking that the USA can do no wrong? Meanwhile, you got a terrorist organization in the country called Freemasons, connected to another international terrorist syndicate, Israel, all of them, okay? They're genociding people, and they want to blame it on guys like me. Well, screw you. I want to be president. And Trump, I'm going to tell you straight up, you get into the debate with me, I will beat your ass. I will wipe the floor with you. Okay? Because I think you're one of them Freemasons. And if you're one of them, guy, I'm telling you right now, I'll beat your ass. So let's get right into it. You know, guys, help me make this viral, okay? I'm going to title this, Trump, I want to debate you, and I'll beat your ass. Okay? Because he's not done enough. A real leader, you would have been seeing these bad people dying all over, okay? Most of them, when they walked into that White House, if I was in charge, and you're a tyrant out there killing people, you ain't walking out of that building. You ain't walking out. That's how you know he's a chump, and you know all the people around him are chumps, and you know Congress is a chump, okay? Your police around you are basically a political force. They are a policy enforcement group. That's all the police are. The police are not there to defend you. They're not there to defend your rights. They are a policy enforcement. That's it. You're not free. Stop playing with yourselves.